Hey friends, Matthew of Mixed Domestic here to introduce you to what I have dubbed the Middle Finger Crochet Stitch. For those that are familiar with the stitch, it's actually the Larksfoot stitch, but starting 2022, I have coined it the Middle Finger Stitch because it literally looks like middle fingers. I was looking for a repetitive stitch crochet project that I could just find my center, reclaim my mental health, back towards the end of 2021, 2022, and I found this stitch, and as soon as I got a few rows down and looked down at the blanket on my lap, boy, did it look like a bunch of middle fingers flipping me off. And I just cackled and smiled and found joy again in crocheting at a degree that I had to share it with everyone else. I use a single crochet foundation chain for my base. If you're unfamiliar with this starter chain, then I'll link a card at the top here for you. Whether using this as a start or just a simple chain stitch, it's going to be in increments of 4 minus 1. For this swatch, I'm using a total of 15 stitches, or 16 minus 1 to get to the 15. So once you've completed that starter chain, turn your work and then chain 3, which will count as your first double crochet. And since that chain 3 is already attached to that first stitch from the prior row, we are going to insert the next double crochet into that second stitch with a yarn over, insert hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, which looks like so, and insert one more double crochet into that next stitch, yarn over, insert hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and it looks like this. Then you're going to chain 1, skip 1 before starting over. See? Don't go there. Go there with the next double crochet, which will begin 1 double crochet in the next 3 consecutive stitches, and then another chain 1, skip 1, which will continue this pattern all the way to the end of the prior row until you get to the final 3 double crochets, after which you'll chain 3 to start the first double crochet in the next row, which will look like this. Ta-da! And for this first color, you're basically going to go back the same way, doing the same exact pattern, skipping that first double crochet from below and going into the second one to put in the next double crochet. And then after that, you'll do 1 more double crochet in the next double crochet from the prior row. And then chain 1, skip 1, making sure that that skip space is directly above the previous row, which will look like this. And then you'll skip that skip space and do a double crochet into that next double crochet from the prior row. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then continue this pattern all the way across until you get to the end. And the final double crochet from this row is actually going to insert into the third chain of that previous chain 3, which was the first double crochet from the prior row. And I look for that back loop and hook in my hook, kind of like I'm fishing, and then I move the hook into that space to where the yarn over, pull through is going through the 2 from the front as opposed to that back. It makes it a cleaner entry, and then the final yarn over of this double crochet will be where I change colors. This new color and row begins with a chain 4. This will count as that first double crochet and then the chain 1, skip 1. Turn your work, and then the first actual double crochet will go on the top of the third double crochet from the previous row. For a yarn over, insert hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And we are ready to do the first extended double crochet. You're going to yarn over and insert your hook into the chain space from 2 rows down and then pull through. Shimmy it to where you have enough that makes the hook parallel to the current row, and then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then the next regular double crochet will go in that first double crochet from the previous row, and you'll insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then chain 1, prepare to skip 1. And then you'll start the pattern again with the next double crochet going into the third double crochet from the previous row. And then you'll do another extended double crochet into the chain space 2 rows down, shimmying to make sure you get that middle finger pointing down before you complete that double crochet. And then you'll put a third double crochet into that first double crochet from the row previous. And then you'll chain one, preparing to skip one once again, continuing that pattern until you do the final double crochet into the top of the previous rows. Chain 3 like you did in the prior row. Where I hooked that back loop and then swung it into the space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then chain 4 once again for that first double crochet and chain 1, skip 1. Turn your work. And now you're gonna go back over the previous row following 3 double crochet, 1 chain 1 skip 1 pattern where the double crochets are going on top of both the double crochets and the extended double crochets of the previous row, and the chain 1 skip 1 is directly on top of the chain 1 skip 1 of the previous row until you get to the very end of the row, ending with that final double crochet, holding out on that final yarn over pull through so that you can change colors. And this is what it looks like with the middle finger and the hand pointing down. But as you can see here, flipped the other way, it looks like it's flipping you up, and I love it. Then the next row is going to start with a chain 3 and then go right into an extended double crochet into 2 chain spaces down. So that first chain space from the previous color, and then add another double crochet and skip 1, chain 1, and complete that all the way across. And when you get to the end, that final double crochet is going to go into the back loop of that third chain in that chain 4 from the previous row, so that you can also accommodate for the spacing of that skipped chain that came with that original chain 4. And you're gonna go back and forth between the previous color and this color until you finish whatever project you're working on with as many middle fingers as possible. And then toward the completion of this blanket, I was approached by Furls Crochet to kit up this blanket. This version has 31 different colors and gradient, where each color is repeated twice. And wow, look up close. Do you see the middle fingers? Is it glorious? And there is a 15 color kit available over on the Furls Crochet website. You can find the link in my profile here if you wanted to join the fun. And this is a second version that I've started where it is 4 of the same color alternating in a row, which creates this dynamic color flow, where this is equivalent to the 15 colors that comes in the kit that you can get over at Furls. So this will have 15 colors in total with 1 more skein as the border. But I'm just having as much fun making the second one as I did the first one. And I love that I got to bring y'all along the journey with this stitch, now dubbed the middle finger stitch, for the humor of it, not the offense, unless you need it to go to someone where you want that subliminal message in a gift. So hopefully you enjoyed this stitch and these blankets as much as I do. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more crochet fun and tips. Until next time.